Hi everyone, Virtual World Voyager here, and welcome back to the complete walkthrough for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Part 4. Picking up from last time, we were finally able to get the paraglider from the old man by completing the 3 remaining shrines on the Great Plateau region. We also find out that the old man is no one other than King Rhoam, the last king of Hyrule. And it gives us this amazing flashback of what happened 100 years ago, which is when he saw the signs of Calamity Ganon's return. He followed the prophecy that had been passed down from generation to generation. He sent his people across Hyrule to excavate the 4 divine beasts and the army of the guardians that were used last time against Calamity Ganon. The king also selected 4 champions to pilot these beasts and believed he was prepared for the fight to come. However, Calamity Ganon foresaw the king's plan and was able to corrupt the divine beasts and the army of the guardians. A huge battle took place where the king, the 4 champions, and the soldiers of Hyrule Castle were all killed. Link was badly wounded and taken to the Shrine of Resurrection to heal. As a last ditch effort, the king's daughter, Princess Zelda, confronted Ganon all by herself. She used her powers to seal herself and Ganon inside Hyrule Castle. Before the king's spirit vanishes, he begs us to help save Princess Zelda and Hyrule before Calamity Ganon bursts out of Hyrule Castle. The first step in helping her is to go visit Impa, who lives in a village in the Dueling Peaks region. Now, at this point, because we have the paraglider, we're free to go anywhere we want. So we've unlocked more of the open world concept. We don't have to go visit Impa right away. We have several options. You can stick to the story and go visit Impa in the village inside the Dueling Peaks region, or you can go shrine hunting to try to get more hearts and increase your stamina. You could also decide that you want to go search for the towers instead to uncover the entire map of Hyrule. You can also decide, if you're in for a real challenge, to go take on Ganon now. It is possible, but it will be a very challenging fight with our limited hearts and so on. Or you could just roam around aimlessly across Hyrule and, see what comes up and go that way. For the purpose of this walkthrough, I will be going towards Impa's village and sticking with the storyline. So you can see here on our map, this glowing dot is where Impa's village is, the Dueling Peaks region. Because we've only activated one tower, this section of the map is still locked to us. So what I want to do first is find the Dueling Peaks Tower. So this part of the map, it becomes visible for us. So let's go to the Great Plateau Tower so that we can use it as a vantage point to pinpoint where the Dueling Peaks Tower would be located. So you can use the glowing dot as a point to determine which way we need to go. And you can see that this seems to be the tower located in the Dueling Peaks region. So if we were to pin this, then you can check on our map that we've pinned the tower inside the Dueling Peaks region. There is only one tower per region, so this is the tower that we're looking for. Now, before I hop off the Great Plateau Tower, we want to double check our inventory, see what weapons we have selected. I'm gonna switch to this Boko Club because the other one seems broken, so I might throw it away or trash it later. And when it comes to bows, I do want the soldier's bow, and I'll keep the plain arrows equipped for now, since we are low on the fire and bomb arrows. And for shields, I'm going to switch to the traveler shield just because it's stronger. And armor-wise, we're wearing the best for pants, and the shirts, they're all at once, so I'm just going to keep the warm doublet that we have. And now we can leave the Great Plateau region. And we can see immediately to the right there's a new kind of monster. These are called Moblins. They're bigger than Bokoblins, have a higher health. points, and they're also stronger. So to defeat them, I recommend using bow and arrow or a spear, but because we're able to catch him sleeping, we can actually sneak up to him and take him out while he's asleep. So our Boko club should be fine. Alright, we were successfully able to kill the Moblin. So this was the weapon he was wielding, a Boko bat. A clunky bat made by a Bokoblin. If you swing it at an enemy shield, it may be able to knock the shield out of your foe's hands. We can see there's an army of Kisi swarming around. So to get rid of them, if we equip our bomb arrow, and when they turn around and come in our direction, we'll be able to get some Kisi parts, and the rest will scatter. I think that's all the wings. Let's go back here. We got ourselves a Moblin horn. This splendid horn once grew atop the head of a Moblin. It can't be used in normal food recipes, but it does have some use as an ingredient in many elixirs. And then we have a Moblin fang, a sharp fang obtained from a Moblin. It's too hard to be reshaped into a tool, but it can be tossed into a stew with some critters to create elixirs. Nice, okay. Let's continue towards the tower. Here's something behind us. It's a choo-choo. And some skeleton Bokoblin. Okay, since our Boko bat broke, I'm just going to use his arm now. I see some barrels and crates to the left, so I'm actually going to switch to the Boko bat so it's easier to break these items open and collect whatever's inside. Okay, nothing there. Nothing in those barrels. But we got some apples and an arrow. And that crate. And some more apples. Okay, not bad. Alright, we were able to get a flint. Strike it with the metallic weapon to generate a spark. This portable fire starter breaks after one use, but it can create a long-lasting flame if you use it near firewood. So in combination with the wood we got previously, we can put the flint and strike it with our sword, and it will cause an open flame for us to rest. Ancient screw. A screw used in ancient machinery. It's made of an unknown material. No matter how many times it's turned, its threads never seem to show signs of wear. I see the army of Pixies is back, so let's be prepared for that. Okay, here's a rusty shield. It's likely this rusty old shield once belonged to a knight. It still has some defensive capabilities, but its usefulness has been worn down by time. So it's only a strength of 3, so our Boko shield and our Traveler shield are equivalent or stronger, so I'm just going to leave this one here. And continue on. Ooh. Alright, let's blow them up. Okay, let's eat a little mushroom here so we can earn an apple. Restore our heart. Let's switch to a sledgehammer to break the rest of the crates open. A wooden bow. This wooden bow may not be the most reliable for battling monsters, but it is excellent for hunting small animals. It only has a strength of 4, so our Boko bow and our Traveler's bow are equivalent or stronger. So I'm just going to leave this here. Okay, let's search. Okay, it's just asking us to pick up the bow again, but we don't want that. Another ancient screw. A screw used in ancient machinery. It's made of an unknown material, and no matter how many times it's turned, its threads never seem to show sign of wear. And what do we have here? An ancient shaft. A machine part used in ancient machinery. It's incredibly sturdy, and it's not made of any recognizable material. It may come in handy someday. So let's just keep that. Apple. Don't see anything there. I do see a treasure chest up there. So, and I also see a sword over here, so let's pick that up. Rusty Claymore, a two-handed sword not properly cared for. Although it can be used as the weapon, its durability is very low. Don't expect it to last for more than a few strikes. Okay. And then we can take the stairs to go open our treasure chest. A traveler's bow. A small bow used by travelers for protection. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it can be used to attack foes from a distance. It is stronger than the Boko bows we have, so I will drop the Boko bow and pick up the traveler's bow. I see some more crates and a ton of restrooms on that cliffside, so I will be gathering those. Got a rusty broadsword. This once fearsome sword has seen better days. It can do some damage in the right hands, but also break quickly. So, let's see if there's anything. We can toss both these Bokoblin arms. Grab the rusty broadsword and the rusty halberd. A rusty polearm, likely used by knights from an age past. This spearhead is in bad shape due to prolonged exposure to the elements, so its durability is low. And now we can go collect the restrooms up here. Luckily, even if our stamina wears out while we're midway of collecting the restrooms, we're not high enough that we'll take any damage. Onwards to the tower. Oh. Okay. Luckily we managed to dodge both those boulders. I see a Moblin up there, but I also see a sign, so let's read the sign and then we'll take care of the Moblin. Oh, there's a whole bunch of Moblins, I guess, in that area. So to go towards the Dueling Peaks at Tenno Village, go forward, and then to go to Lake Hylia, go to the right. So we want to continue forward. I'm going to attempt to kill the Moblin from here using our bow and arrow, but I want to be plain arrows. So. It doesn't seem to have any friends running to help him. But I am going to switch to a throwing spear in case any more sneak up on us. I got some opal, a valuable ore that gives off a mesmerizing iridescence similar to the inside of a seashell. It contains the power of water. Nice. Okay. We don't have room. Do I want to make room? We can throw away our broken Boko club and pick up the Boko bat. now ambushed by 3 Bokoblins, 2 red and a blue. So we got some Bokoblin guts from the blue Bokoblin, a rare material obtained by defeating a Bokoblin. It convulses on its own every now and then, which is really creepy, but perhaps it has a use. We got some horns and some fangs. Okay. So there's a wooden mop. I will drop our throwing spear because it's almost broken. And then we have a farming hoe, a farming tool primarily used by tilling fields. Its fine craftsmanship is sturdy enough to withstand backbreaking field work, but its battle applications are untested. So I do want it because it seems to be quite strong. So let's switch the rusty halberd for that. And let's continue. Oh, I see a shrine to the right. So let's go complete that so we can get more spirit orbs. So this shrine's trial is called The Wind Guides You. You can see there are large fans blowing blasts of air. So in combination with their paraglider, we can use that to go platform to platform. For example, we see there's a treasure chest on the other side. So we can use the gust of wind with our paraglider to reach this platform and open up our treasure chest. Amber, a fossilized resin with a character-esque sheen to it. It's been valued as a component in decorations and crafting since ancient times. So let's save that. Climb these stairs. So that fan is blowing against the direction we want to go to. And this one is blowing in the direction we want to go to. So let's use this one here. And we can see the end marker for the shrine right there. So we just have to get across that platform and up the stairs. But you can see there's also a treasure chest there to the right. For this, what we need to do is we need to take the wind towards that platform. But before we reach it, we need to take a slight right so the wind can guide us to the treasure chest. Now, if we don't make it and you make it to the edge, remember, we can't climb the platform. So we will fall into the abyss. But good news is when you fall to the abyss in a shrine, you only lose 1 heart and we'll restart back here. Let's see if I can get this in one shot. Nope. Okay. Luckily I didn't fall down this time. We need to time it a little bit better. Alright, we made it. So inside is a soldier's claymore, a two-handed sword designed for combat. It's heavy and hard to use, but has decent build quality and durability. It does have a strength of 20, so I do want it. Let's see what we want to drop in its place. I think we can drop the Boko bat. Yeah. Alright, so we got our claymore. Alright. you won't be able to go back to the original platform. So we need to take this middle platform, take the stairs back up, use the wind to get to the platform with the stairs, and then we're done with the shrine. And we've reached the end. Your resourcefulness in overcoming this trial speaks to the promise of a hero. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I bestow upon you this Spirit Orb. May the goddess smile upon you. So you'll notice we now only have one Spirit Orb because we used the 4 previously to get ourselves a 4th heart. So we need 3 more Spirit Orbs to either increase the number of hearts we have or our stamina wheel. Okay, EX Strange Masks. So you'll notice we're going to be getting a whole bunch of side quests. These are all side quests from purchasing the DLC. So let's just wait till they finish accumulating and then we'll go through them one by one. We won't be completing any of them in this part because we haven't unlocked the areas to complete the side quests. I believe there are 12 or 13 side quests that we'll be acquiring. I think that's the last side quest. So if we open up our adventure log. Wrong menu. Okay. If we open up our adventure log, we can see that the first side quest is Ancient Horse Rumors. Rumor has it there's a bridle that enhances a horse's skill in saddle that can summon your horse right to you. Does this supposed ancient horse gear really exist? Apparently, Highland Stable has a copy of Super Rumor Mill X, which details some rumors about the rare horse gear. So this is to get a ancient horse bridle and saddle. Again, this is in Highland Stable. We have not uncovered that area yet, so we will not be going towards it this part. And this one is Royal Guard Rumors. Rumor has it a Royal Guard uniform can still be found at Hyrule Castle. Apparently, Riverside Stable has a copy of Super Rumor Mill X, which details some rumors about these rare outfits. And then we have Merchant Hood. The royal family of Hyrule collected historically significant outfits, but they were stolen by a bandit named Misko. One of these items stolen was a traveling merchant's hood. Somewhere in the Dia village ruins is a journal that places the location of this treasure. Again, we will not be picking it up this part, but we will be eventually. The royal family of Hyrule Castle collected historically significant outfits, but they were stolen by the bandit Misko. One of these items stolen was the blue garb of the Hero of Winds. So this is related. The same book that would have mentioned this info will also have the one for the Garb of the Winds. Same with this one. Misko stole a helmet of Usurper King. Again, in the Dia village ruins, we will be able to find the details for that. And then this one, again, another one. The royal family of Hyrule collected historically significant outfits, but they were stolen by a bandit named Misko. One of the items stolen was armor belonging to a dark entity. So I believe this one is a full armor set. So head, shirt, helmet, shirt, and pants. Somewhere in the Dia village ruins. Yeah, so same book. This one is a different one. Rumor has it there's an item called the Korok mask that has the power to alert its wearer when a Korok is hiding nearby. So we'll get to what a Korok is and why this item is actually really useful when we get to the part of the walkthrough when we go to acquire the mask. Apparently, the Woodland Stable has a copy of Super Rumor Mill X, which details some rumors about this rare mask. And then this one is teleportation rumors. Rumor has it there's a tool that allows you to instantly travel wherever you've placed it. Apparently, South Akala Stable has a copy of Super Rumor Mill X, which details some rumors about this rare item. So this one is basically the travel gates that we see in front of shrines and on the towers. We're able to get one and place it anywhere we want. That way we can instantly travel to that area where we've placed it. Again, another useful item. This one, an ancient mask. This one, I believe, again, is the bandit Misko has stolen something from the royal family. This one, it happens to be an ancient mask, but instead of the Dia village ruins, we need to go to the outpost ruins. Again, something for later on. Similarly, in that same book, among the items stolen was a fairy green garment. I believe this one is also a full set with helmet, shirt, and pants. Again, outpost ruins. This one, Twilight Relic. One of the items stolen was a helmet of Twilight, so this is only one item. Journal is in the outpost ruins. Okay, this one is, I believe, a whole set. So Misko, among the items stolen was some phantasmal armor. Again, outpost ruins, but this will include the helmet, shirt, and pants. And this one is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So this one is actually not a part of the DLC that you purchased. If you've upgraded your game to, I believe, version 1.3.3, this will be a side quest that gets unlocked for you. So with that, we can quickly look around. Ooh, I see these little black rocks. These are actually ore deposits, so you can use a sledgehammer or a claymore sword to break them up, and they might have something of value inside. Okay, we got some opal and a flint. And there's one more up there, so let's get that one too. Okay, some more opal. That's good. And let's switch back to... I will go with the rusty broadsword for now. So we can see the tower in the distance. We're getting closer, but still a ways to go. You can see there's a man standing on the bridge, so you can choose to talk to him or not. But for this walkthrough, I will be talking to him, so let's... His name seems to be Rigo. I may be somewhat used to seeing bad omens by now, but that, well, let's just say it's badder than most. Mm-hmm. We're doomed. I mean, don't panic. Sorry, who were you? Have we met? Well, it doesn't matter who you are, really. I was getting tired of talking to myself, so you've come at a good time. By the by, those strange things that popped out of the ground, did you see them? I'm not talking about mushrooms here. I'm talking about those towers. They seem to have popped up all over the place. And that's not the only strange thing that's happened. Those long, deserted shrines suddenly started glowing. Aww. You know what this means, don't you? The end is here. With all this craziness happening, I've been keeping an eye on that thing. Just to see if it suddenly starts moving, you know? And we can ask him what thing, or yeah, good idea, or just say goodbye. I'm gonna say, what thing? Oh, what? I'm talking about that guardian, of course. Haven't you heard the old stories about Hyrule? See that thing over there? The one shaped like an overturned urn? That is what I'm talking about. Did you know some of them can move? One of them once chased me down and tried to kill me. This one here? No, it was a different one. That one was closer to the castle, but before the forest. When they spot you, they shoot blue beams of light at you. Man, I was so sure that that was the end for me. I was prepared for the worst. But I somehow managed to escape into the nearby woods. Huh? You think it was my lightning-fast reflexes that saved me? I wish. Truth is, I just got lucky. Anyway, I hear guardians like that still wander around Hyrule Castle. Be careful. Alright, thanks, dude. Oh. You can see a bunch of Bokoblins having a party over there. And they seem to be guarding that wooden chest, so let's take care of them and go see what's in that treasure chest. A spiked Boko Club, a reinforced Boko Club made to maximize damage, sharpen bone, jab into it, make it a brutal weapon. So I do like it that it's much stronger than some of the weapons, so I'm actually going to drop, let's drop the mop instead actually. And here we have a spiked Boko Shield, a Boko Shield made of slightly stronger wood and reinforced with animal bone. I do like that as well, so let's replace our regular Boko Shield with the spiked one, and let's actually equip it. And I'm actually going to also equip the spiked Boko Club. We do have a throwing spear. I did like that, so let's get rid of our rest of the claymore for it, and then we can go open the treasure chest here. We got more opal, a valuable ore that gives off a mesmerizing iridescence similar to the inside of a seashell. It contains the power of water. Alright. Let's get back on the path. We got another ancient screw. A screw used in ancient machinery. It's made of an unknown material. No matter how many times it's turned, its threads never seem to show signs of wear. Okay. And I see a Bokoblin hideout, so we can get some more treasure. So there seems to be one lookout, 2 red Bokoblins, and 1 blue Bokoblin near the stake. So we're going to sneak up, take out the lookout, and then take out the other ones from here. I'm not too worried about the red ones that are around the blue one, but I am worried about the blue one a little bit, so... Oof. Okay. It's okay, we're okay. So our shield will not have protected against the Boko Bat, but we're okay. We only took a little bit of damage. So we can fix that by eating a little bit more substantial dish, like some seared steak. And then here we can use our sledgehammer to break some crates. Okay, arrows and apples. Nothing here. Okay, we got a green rupee. Blue rupee, which is 5, okay. So we have a total of 8 rupees so far. Nice. So that's the currency in this game. We can use it in the villages to get certain items that they have in their stores. So it's good to get as much as we can. We can also sell like the monster parts we've been collecting to get more rupees that way. So... okay. got a roasted bass, a bass that's been cooked whole over an open flame. It's flaky and savory smelling, offers more hearts than the raw version. Okay, nice. And let's not forget our seared steak, raw meat cooked over an open flame. Cooking it has increased its flavor and the number of hearts it provides. More wookies here. Okay, we got more opal. And I think that's everything. Okay, let's switch back to our spiked club and continue towards the tower. We got a hot-footed frog, a quick frog that can be found hopping around near water. Cook it with monster parts to draw out its speed boost effect. Okay, and I also see a whole bunch of fish here. So we can actually use our bomb room. We'll be mindful of the current. Oh. Okay, let's deal with these guys first. So those are called octorots. So this is an octo balloon. This inflatable octorot organ has a lot of lift, so attach it to items you want to see float, hold it in your hands, and then place it on an object you want to attach it to. We got some octorok tentacle. This can only be obtained from an octorok type enemy. It's too acidic for cooking, but it's highly valued as an ingredient for elixirs. Also drop a bomb here. We just caught ourselves a Stamenika bass. This Hyrule bass got to be the biggest fish by never getting caught until now. Its long life results in a cooked dish that will restore a lot of stamina. Nice. Oh. More Hyrule bass, Octorok tentacle, and an octopus. And these little black platforms, we can actually use our stasis rune on these. And let me select the weapon I want. Let's go with the Bokoblin. And you can use stasis on it and then hit it with the weapon. And then there'll be something underneath. More opal. Nice. And let's switch back to Spike Boko Club. I see another hideout of Bokoblins. There seem to be a lot more, so we need to be more strategic here. But I also see explosive barrels, so I can get a little bit closer and switch to a bomb arrow and light the fuse. I'm gonna actually switch to the throwing spear for that last one. So let's go around. We got a soldier's broadsword, a sword brandished by the soldiers who once protected Hyrule Castle. Its durable blade is well tuned for slaying monsters. It is... Okay, we have room for it. Nice. And I don't want the Boko Bow. Some arrows. Monster parts. More arrows. Trucks. Anything else in the water? No. Okay. We can go collect our trophy from the treasure chest. Oh. Another Bokoblin horn. Okay. And what do we have here? Soldier shield. A shield once used by the guards of Hyrule Castle. It's easy to handle, but its core is made of wood, so it can catch fire. Okay, so I do like its defensive powers, so let's get rid of another Boko shield. And we'll grab soldier's shield. Okay, equip that. Soldier's bow. We'll keep the throwing spear equipped, but I am going to get rid of the rusty broadsword so I can actually pick up the other throwing spear. I think that we saw over here. So we're going to need to cross the water at some point. With the current, you will not be able to swim across with our lack of stamina. So what we want to do instead is use the Cryonis rune. Then we can climb up that way. Remember, now that we've built 3, the first one will have shattered. You can only have 3 bricks or blocks of ice at once. Alright, and we've safely made it across. Looks like another Bokoblin hideout. So let's just collect these glowing things in the water. Sneaky river snail. This large glow-in-the-dark snail lives in fresh water. When cooked in a dish, it heightens your senses so you can move about silently. And let's get rid of the lookout Bokoblin first. So for these kind of hideouts, there's usually explosive barrels inside, and there's always a light at the top. So our goal is going to be to sneak up the top, like so, and hit the light, and then duck down. There seems to be, I believe that would be a blue Bokoblin that's still left over. I believe that should be all of them, so let's climb on down. Another soldier's broadsword, so let's dump this Boko club. I think this might be the platform we hit before, so there won't be anything underneath. And we can use our sledgehammer. We have to be careful not to accidentally tap the explosive barrel. And switch back to... yeah, switch back to the sword. There seems to be this path we can take to help get to the tower, so let's sneak up and take care of these guys before they wake up. Actually, before that, I'm going to have a couple of apples as a snack. And I'm okay with the sword we have attached. So let's sneak up on this guy. There is a lookout, so he might warn the others, but we're going to do our best to take out as many before they wake up. Ooh, there's two blue ones. Let's see if we can kill the red and a blue one before they wake up. I think we've taken out all the Bokoblins that were guarding this area. Boko clubs and bats, not really interested. Traveler's Claymore, again, not very interested, but I will be using sledgehammer. So we can go this way down here, and then we can fly over to that giant rock from here. Anything else interesting before we jump off? No. So it is raining, which means it's harder for us to climb. So I'm gonna wait. You can tell from the weather that it's gonna get sunny in a few minutes, so I'm just gonna wait here for the rain to subside and then we can easily climb. What happens is it gets slippery and we'll slide down, so we're just wasting our stamina trying to climb in the rain. I can show you. So if we try to climb... Oh, maybe because this is not a rocky area and we're protected by the tower, we're able to actually climb. Never mind, then we can start now. On cliff sides and such, we're not able to climb in the rain. As I mentioned, it makes it slippery, so we're not allowed to. And we would just keep sliding down. This seems to be the last section to get to the top of the tower. Alright, we've made it to the top. Let's activate the Sheikah podium. Sheikah Tower activated. scanning area. So we've now unlocked the Dueling Peaks regional map. So regional map extracted, Sheikah Slate updated, additional functionality detected. So we've now also uncovered the Sheikah Sensor, searching for shrines. This sensor reacts when you're close to shrines that you have not yet visited. If you head in the direction where the reaction is strongest, you should be able to find the shrine. So here we've acquired that. You can enable or disable the Sheikah Sensor with Y on the map. This is actually a very helpful tool so that, whenever we're walking by, we find a shrine, we can pick up the Spirit Orb for using later on. Sheikah Sensor now operational. We can already see it's in use. The sensor indicator has been placed near the mini-map. Search for shrines by moving in the direction with the strongest signal. So we can see a shrine has already been detected. But however, we're going to stop here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like this video as well as subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for part 5.